Okay, hello and welcome to this very special episode of Quizzing. We are celebrating one of the best web series created in India, in my humble opinion. This It's been 4 years since Afsos came out on Prime Video. It's still there. You guys can go and watch it. And we realized it's time to celebrate Afsos with some people behind the screen and in front of the screen, on screen, associated with Afsos. I love the show. It's been 4 years now. In case you haven't watched, please go and watch it on Prime Video. It's a very interesting story of how a suicidal man meets a serial killer. A bunch of things happen. We've got the best possible people to talk more about Afsos than I can. So I'm gonna call them one by one. Our first contestant on this quizzing with Afsos is the man behind Afsos, man who co-wrote with two of his friends. Give it up for Anirban Dasgupta.
Hello. Thank
Anirban,
you.
it's been 4 years since Afsos came out, and
Yes.
many years when it was in making. We've been through
Oh,
that whole journey of yours through Afsos, and we all know that you co-wrote it with one of the panelists today and with your friend Dibya, and it's
yes.
based on a certain work, Anirban.
Yes, it is based on a true story by Kalponik Bandhopadhyay.
Hmm.
And so from that, we have taken it and added our plots and everything and made it into this show.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll talk about Afsos today,
Yeah.
of course. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
Uh, on that note, one of the co-writers, like I said earlier,
Hmm.
is Calcutta comrade
Hey man.
Sourav Ghosh.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Sourav, 4 years, you remember the writing process behind Afsos and how you guys created
I
the
mean, it was all like ad hoc. It's just, I mean, we had like we was completely learning on the job, and like I don't know, we just like I think we randomly just threw words and like whatever stuck became the show.
Hmm.
I think we have to really rewatch to see whether even we like it right now or not.
Our next contestant is one of the actors from Afsos. Of course, the casting is great. There are many great actors. There is Gulshan Devaiya, there is Anjali Patil, Hiba Sheikh, and of course, our contestant here now, Sulagna Panigrahi. Sulagna.
The best cast is here
Yes.
Above all,
because
and
other
above all. Sulagna, you've done so many different kinds of work. You've done TV shows, you've done movies. Where does Afsos fit in your filmography? Like quick reactions.
I still remember the day I read the script. Okay, I still remember it because it was this rare moment where I was reading and laughing out loud, which happens like सबको लगता है उन्होंने funny script लिखी है, but Afsos was something else, and I'm like, I'll do anything, make me a tree. I want to be literally, I was like, I have to do this, and it's a brilliant script. I think it's really उस type का मुझे like I haven't seen anything in Hindi happening at all.
Hmm. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
On that
Also,
note,
I want to say that अफसोस के बाद हम सबकी लाइफ एकदम चेंज हो गई.
Yes.
yes.
Because it was
Band
2020.
बंद ही हो गया.
Months later, हम
Okay.
सबकी लाइफ चेंज हो गई.
2020 was your year of Afsos.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually.
Best promotion ever.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll now celebrate Afsos in the way we know celebrating, the best way we can do it, which is to play a quiz. Today's quiz is called Quizzing with Afsos. It's a quiz of regrets. So the theme for all the questions today will be some sort of a regret on somebody's part. Okay. So let's begin.
Nice.
Quizzing with Afsos, a quiz of regrets celebrating 4 years of Afsos. Let's begin. The order will be Anirban, Sourav, Sulagna, and second half will be Sulagna, Sourav, Anirban. Let's start with Anirban. Anirban, this is your question. This visionary entrepreneur, known for his brilliant mind and relentless pursuit of innovation, famously developed the regret minimization framework to guide his decisions. This framework revolves around making choices that minimize future regret, encouraging individuals to take calculated risks and pursue their dreams. He started a small online bookstore in the 1990s, which eventually transformed into something. Who are we talking about? Identify the entrepreneur.
Jeff Bezos.
Yes, 10 points there to Anirban.
Wow.
Jeff Bezos. created Amazon, which then created Amazon Prime, and which then had Afsos.
Very nice.
What a great start.
First question is producer.
Yes, always. Always, always. This, of course, is Jeff Bezos, and in case our audience doesn't know about regret minimization, go and check it out. It's basically a theory that if I'm 80 years old, for example, and I look back to my life, what will I regret? What will I not regret? And that is how you should take decisions. So you minimize regrets throughout your life. So in X years,
Great question.
will I regret not doing this? Yes. Do it. No, don't bother. That's the... Okay. Which means the next direct will be to Sourav. Now, Sourav, looking at one word answer, what common word often used in southern India and Sri Lanka was recognized in the English language after being included in the Oxford Dictionary in 2016? This phrase, or word actually, popular among Tamil speakers, serves as an expression of distress, regret, or grief, and is frequently used in colloquial conversations. What?
I mean, I don't know. See, if I get the answer wrong, I'll sound like incredibly racist. You know, is it Ayo?
It is Ayo, yes, well done, it is Ayo.
What are you saying?
Crazy.
It is Ayo.
I'm not saying
I
that.
don't like, am I being racist?
It is Ayo. Okay.
Tamil Nadu.
Ayo is the word which
Ayyo.
in Tamil.
I was initially going to go for Ayyo, but I thought, itna lamba to nahi hoga.
And Ayo is now part of Oxford Dictionary as well.
Wow.
And part of Jackie Chan's life, as we can see.
Okay, before I go to the next question, I want to come to Sulagna to just talk about Afsos a little bit more. My question, and this is something that I'll ask all three of you, is essentially a lot of people who have seen Afsos, and there are a lot of people who might have missed watching Afsos. So Sulagna, according to you, if you have to give one reason for people to go and check out Afsos, because everyone knows there is too much to watch nowadays. You talk to anybody and they're like, "Bhai, kya dekhenge yaar?" So, but if you have to recommend and say, "Ki bhai, ek show dekhna hai to Afsos dekho," what do you think will be those reasons?
It's been almost 4 years since Afsos released, and it still tests the test of time. What is that? Stands the test of time. Yeah.
That's the test of time.
Afsos of not knowing words.
Ayo.
Yeah. I feel if you want to see something totally different, even now, like compared to all the stuff which is going on OTT, films, everything, that we can all guarantee that it's totally different from what you get to see on OTT and films and television. So it's still very different, still very relevant. And I think it's such a story, it'll always be relevant.
Nice.
It's an immortal.
Also, if you want to hear Sulagna say a bunch of curse words,
Oh yes.
then there is
Oh,
a great
man.
scene.
Highlight of the show. That is crazy.
Specially written for me.
Yeah.
और जब मैंने दे दी गाली तो हैव यू सीन कोई मिल गया, उसमें वो बोल रहा है मैं अपने पापा से सीख के आया, तो दूसरी बात मैंने बोला मैं अपने पति से सीख के आया.
Okay, so in one line, a show which is different remains different even after 4 years and will probably always be different because of
it's an immortal show.
It's an immortal show. Yes. Okay, next direct will be to Sulagna. Sulagna, this is your question. In 1966, Warren Buffett saw potential in a company that was being overlooked by Wall Street. This company, priced at a bargain, had an impressive balance sheet and a promising attraction in the works. With a solid executive team and a thriving park attracting millions, this investment seemed like a no-brainer. Warren Buffett bought a 5% ownership stake for $4 million, expecting long-term profits from the company's timeless intellectual property and steady returns. Yet, a year later, he sold his stake for $6 million, thinking he had made a decent profit from 4 million to 6 million, 50% profit. Yet, a year later, however, in hindsight, this decision haunted him as the company's value soared in the following years. Often compared to an oil company that continually generates wealth from its resources, this company had the potential to yield substantial returns if bought at the right price. What company do you think we are talking about that Warren Buffett regrets selling?
Is it Disney?
It is Disney. Yes, perfect quiz so far. Of course, a park attracting millions was a big clue. Okay, so the park, of course, is Disneyland. And this is Disney with a lot of intellectual property rights, etc., etc. And Warren Buffett sold it, thinking he's made a decent return. Okay, that brings us to the end of the first half. Like we said, quick quiz 10, 10, 10 to all three of you on the back of Anirban getting Jeff Bezos, Sourav getting IO, and Sulagna getting Disney. Yeah. Okay, we'll start the second round now. The order will be Sulagna, Sourav, and Anirban. Sulagna is your direct. For this movie, directed by Ashutosh Kovarikar, the lead role was initially offered to Amir Khan, who declined, citing concerns about the storyline. Next in line was Hrithik Roshan, who also passed after reviewing the script. Even R. Madhavan was considered before the role finally found its home with X, who, upon hearing the narrative, apparently was deeply moved to tears. Just tell me the movie and the actor.
Swades and Shah Rukh Khan.
Swades and Shah Rukh Khan. Yes, 10 points there to Sulagna, which became Afsos for Amir Khan, Hrithik Roshan, Madhavan, everyone. Okay. Before I go to Saurav's next direct, Sourav, again, same question. You've also written a lot of things like from like stand-up to a bunch of other things. Why do you think people should watch Afsos? Apart from what Sulagna already covered, that it's different, remains different, will forever be different. But any reason you would want to give our viewers to go and check out Afsos?
I think there was definite magic in the show. Like sometimes, you just like a group of people come together and magic is captured on camera. So this is one of those moments which at least we are so biased because we were there and we felt the magic. But like I feel like it translates on stage or on screen also. And also like this was a movie. See, some movies, some shows, some movies are great, but they don't have any marketing budget, which was us. Like our marketing budget was literally zero. But having said that, like even on like ratings, just by numbers, we had beaten many shows on Amazon only. Okay, so I don't. So what to do there? Like it's just like in that case, you just need public to find it. Like so, I hope they find it eventually.
Yeah. Okay. So to summarize, you think magic came on screen and magic was also felt by people who watched it. It wasn't just people who made thought kya magical bana diya humne. It was also and proper word of mouth and audience reaction, not just big marketing and etc.
Yeah, and it's also like a little bit of a solo trip that you have to take to reach to Afsos also now, because it's actually not on Amazon Prime. You have to go to Amazon Prime, which will redirect to Amazon Mini, and there that's where you need to watch it. So go for the trip.
A mini road trip to reach.
It's like Shah Rukh Khan putting the light bulb moment.
Okay, I'll now come for the next question, which is the direct for Sourav, which is sorry, but a football question because Anirban in a quiz I couldn't help but put.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. Regret from the world of football. Sourav, this is your direct. A young player deemed too small by Lille, which is a club, at the tender age of 16, went on to defy expectations in a spectacular manner. Despite being initially overlooked, his prowess on the field couldn't be denied. This individual's extraordinary technical skills and sheer determination led to him being honored as the French Player of the Year, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Who is this resilient legend whose name shines brightly in the annals of French football history and in the history of Bayern Munich, for which he played from 2007 to 2019? Okay, so...
Okay. Anyone give a hint now?
How to give a hint? It's a name only.
Yeah, I only know 1 or 2 French players.
Yeah.
I don't know which team they were from, but 2019 was a retired long time ago. So I know only Zidane and Henry. So I think Zidane is shorter, but he's not short. Maybe he was short when he was young. So I'll go with Zidane then. Oh no! Wait! There's one guy. There's one more guy. Raul. He was
No.
short.
Oh man, I thought for a second he
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
No, not Didar, not even Henri, if that helps, Saurabh. Because I know Anirban knows the answers. So, going to Anirban now.
Frank Ribery.
Frank Ribery, 11 points
Oh,
there
I
to
had no
Anirban.
chance.
Yeah, Frank
I
Ribery.
just wrote Messi because I was like,
या मेसी का भी ऐसा ही
Short.
कुछ था.
Yeah.
just because short. बाकी आगे का
Yeah.
Zelensky.
Yeah. The thing is, he's not really that. The point is, Ribery is anything but like too small. But they sort of rejected him, thinking, yeah.
My next guess would have been Kumar Bodhi.
Okay, coming to Sulagna now for the next direct. Sulagna, in the 1980s, a major telecommunication player faced a pivotal decision regarding the burgeoning cell phone market. Seeking guidance, they turned to McKinsey. McKinsey suggesting that the market would remain niche with only 900,000 subscribers by the year 2000. So they refrained from significant investments in cellular technology. However, as we all know, the reality turned out to be vastly different. By the turn of the millennium, the cell phone market had exploded, boasting well over 100 million users worldwide. In an attempt to catch up, they embarked on a costly journey, acquiring McCaw Cellular in 1993 for a staggering $12.6 billion, making it one of the largest corporate acquisitions in US history at the time. Which telecommunications giant learned a costly lesson from this misjudgment?
I know this story, but abhi, as usual, quiz blankness is happening. So it is a telecom giant even now. Just this one question.
Yeah. It is a telecom giant even.
So telecommunications is phones, is it? Or is it the network sort of thing?
Network will be a better route, not the. So don't think like phone manufacturers, network.
I'm going to say IBM, but I don't know why am I saying IBM.
No, going to Saurav.
I will
So
be
like I only know of one because ऐसा सुनने में आता है ना कि अगर बाहर से तुम iPhone लो then you have to jailbreak, right? Because they have some partnership with telecom company in अगर बाहर से तुम यहाँ पे लाओगे. So I've heard of this company's name. I'm not sure exactly the name. It's T&M.
TNM?
T&M or something like that. TN or TNM.
No. But I like
No?
what you were thinking. This is like good way to reaching it. Going to Anirban.
AT&T.
AT&T. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I think that's what I was thinking
Yes,
of.
you were saying that only.
Yeah,
that's
you
why
should give me half the marks, man.
अरे
Feed of me, man. Anirban feed of me.
yes. No.
I knew the story, but I wouldn't have cracked AT&T. I knew
Then
this
let's
story.
do it one third points to all three.
I think अगर ये question opposite होता, if you gave AT&T and asked for consultants of McKinsey तो बोल ही देता.
AT&T. We can split point, but that won't affect the score.
No.
Okay. AT&T wanted. AT&T was.
If it was money instead of point, then I would have really points दे दो जितना देना.
Yeah. AT&T, and that brings us to the end of the quiz. But before we end, I want to finally come to Anirban. Anirban, you are, of course, the creator, writer, and the man behind Afsos, along with a crazy team. So I want to ask you now, Anirban, why would you recommend Afsos?
I think that it's very rare for a show to be made like that, where the team has just too much fun. And I feel that, if you have fun in the making, then it shows on screen. And I think that happened in Afsos. That's the magic that, Saurav was also talking about. And it, like, writing room, we had so much fun. Director Anubhuti Kashyap was so good. Her team was exceptional. And it never really felt like work, and I think that has translated on screen. Plus it's also very rare for a show to be made exactly how the writers and the creators and the director wants it, with no interference whatsoever. So this is one of those rare shows in last 5-7 years in our like Indian OTT. So yeah, just watch a show in its without feedback form.
Hmm.
I think yeah,
Also,
that's a
you guys
good.
can still buy the original book,
Yes, the book. Yes,
which is also listed on Amazon by
yeah,
Kalpanik Bandyopadhyay. It's called Golpel Guru Chale.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll try and put a link in the description also. And I just realized that in my intro, I didn't mention Anubhuti Kashyap. So I want to spend another minute or so from you guys to talk about the director, because a lot of people say that a movie or a show is made at so many levels. Like
Hmm.
sometimes the script is great, but
Hmm.
at the next level it falters or it becomes way better. And then the
Yes,
third process is the edit process.
yes.
Sometimes on the edit it becomes way better. And so I just want to take from, like, because you guys created it and she was directed. I mean, Sulagna was directed by her. So like her role in the whole, of course, like her value add after what you guys wrote to what we actually saw on screen.
Anubhuti made the show better. She was just exceptional. She was so organized, which was we required a certain skill from the director in making this show, which is very small budget, to look like not a small budget. It looks like much
Hmm.
more expensive show than it actually is. Anubhuti. Anubhuti knows this so well because she was AD in Gangs of Wasipur, and
Hmm.
so that's her film school. And then
Hmm.
Afsos, I think, was a piece of cake for her, but like we couldn't even imagine that, like when we were writing ki ye kaise hoega, like everything seemed that it'll be mostly unsuccessful, but she made everything happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, without her cannot imagine Afsos in any way.
So Lagna, on set, because you worked with so many directors and everyone has a different personality on set.
So I was just about to say that we're actually missing Anubhuti in this quiz. And I have, as many directors I've worked with, she was the calmest
Yes,
director I've ever
yes,
worked with.
it's crazy.
She had this certain energy, whatever the director's DOP's energy, that's the energy of the set, I always feel.
Yeah.
So just coming on Afsos set was just so relaxing, and just, first of all, again, we had so much fun.
Hmm.
We had
Yeah.
crazy amounts of fun. I think that, and just the way Anubhuti would see every scene. Like
Hmm.
when I read it, I was like, oh, I hope they get someone who can translate it the
Yeah.
way it's written. Because usually when it's a very well written script, it's very difficult to translate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's usually average scripts which can do very well, when directed. But
Yeah.
Anubhuti did like 1,000% justice to it, and she was just the nicest director to work with. Sometimes when you're feeling, oh, if I do this, will it look weird?
Hmm.
Will this improvisation not work, or it was just a comfort. It was, being on Anubhuti set is like a warm hug. You're just like
Oh yeah.
comfortable, and you don't feel any judgment from anyone, or as actors you're always like, oh, is this correct? And first day, especially when you're just trying to find the character and think that, oh, is this the correct soul and everything, all that you never felt. You were just so relaxed with her, and it was just the most amazing experience. I think the calmest and the nicest director, who actually like enhances what you're thinking.
Hmm.
You have a thought, and then she will just come and tell you something small little, she'll tell you, and that'll really be like, oh, I didn't think of that.
Hmm.
But I think the main thing is the freedom and the relaxation. Like I never felt like I was going to work when I went on a set. So yeah, that was the most amazing.
All right, we've had enough reasons now to talk, like to watch, of course, now. So this is a request to all our people who are watching it to go and check it out as soon as possible. Thank you so much to, first of all, Anirban, to Sourav, to Sulagna for taking out time to come here and quiz with us. Only for formality, score check. Sulagna had 10 in the first half. She got the SRK Swadesh. Sulagna ends on 20 points. Sourav has 10 on IO, which is worth more.
Not bad, not bad. I'll take it.
And Anirban in second half, after his 10 in the first half, got 11 for Frank Ribery and 12 for AT&T. So Anirban, only for formality purposes, won the quiz with 33 points. Anirban is the winner. And yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Yeah,
KV, for doing this.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work. Like you really had to dig कि अफसोस related कैसे करेंगे. Like
Yeah.
पहला बहुत straightforward था. Okay, it was very. उसके बाद he's bringing out अफसोस some way or the other.
Yes.
It seems like a lot of
Find
work.
No, so Anirban and I spoke about it, and we were like, let's do a quiz about Afsos. And our first thought was, let's do a serial killer type, maybe, or maybe this, that. And then we
I
thought,
would have won that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
serial
but-
killer होता तो घोष जीत जाता इसमें. एक आंसर घोष ही होता.
My core competence.
And then we thought, यार अफसोस नाम है regret पे करते हैं. And yeah, shout out to the team also. Sushant who worked with me on the quiz. Sushant came up with many of these, and with a nice mix of sports, telecom,
Yes.
everything. Yes, Sulagna.
सीरियल किलर होता तो मैं भी जीत जाती क्योंकि मैं जो भी सीरियल करती हूँ वो बंद हो जाता है.
Cannot top that. We'll end the quiz on that. Sorry, Saurabh. Yes, you can top.
One thing, forget Afsos. We don't have to watch Afsos. The show that you need to search and watch is stars Sulagna. It's the best show ever made. Okay, it used to come in Sony, I think. The show is called Ambar Khara. Okay, and basically
Biggest fan.
was a conjoined twin. Okay, it's the most forward-thinking show ever. In fact, when Biswa told me, I think everybody knows now. Biswa told me that okay, this is who I'm going to marry. I'm like, fuck, man, I should have married her because I was such a big fan of that shit. You should watch Ambar Dhara.
Right proposal right here on quizzing.
Yes.
I think if Biswa is with you, just ask him to just play dead and just turn the camera. Okay.
Not with me, but oh, by the way, I have one more. I wish I was at home. I would have shown that picture. The best
Yes.
wedding gift I ever
Oh.
got from Anirban,
Yeah.
which is me shocked and Biswa's dead body with a bullet in his head. And I've kept it in my house. And whichever relative comes, they're like, "Hey, what was it? It's a picture." I'm a rebel. No Afsos.
That frame is part of, I think, some quizzing videos for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Many quizzing videos.
Yeah, many quizzing videos.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sourav.
Thank you, KV.
Sulagna. Thank you for
Thank
doing
you,
this.
KV.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.